21F, found out I was pregnant on Monday and it really came as a shock because I've been on birth control pills since I turned 18. I just finished my junior year of college and I'm set to graduate next spring, so having a baby is not something I planned on at all. My parents are not the type to help me. I've had to hide the fact I'm on birth control from my mom because she sees it as sinful. I live paycheck to paycheck and I'm already in debt for having student loans. My parents would never give me their tax information for FOFSA, so I had to take out both federal and private loans to pay for school because my parents gave me grief for wanting to go to a 2-year community college and not a 4-year college right out of high school. I live with 2 roommates now and just landed a part-time job at a smoothie place, and when the fall, spring semesters are in session, I may work study. I can't work more than 29 hours a week at my job, so things have just been tight. My boyfriend is 26 meters and one of my roommates introduced us. We've only been together since February. He's met my parents and they really liked him. I missed my period for May and haven't had one for June yet and ended up taking a pregnancy test Monday morning. My head has been spinning and I decided to tell my boyfriend last night about this and my decision. His response was, "I can't believe you didn't tell me right away," and he seemed upset that I didn't tell him exactly when I got the positive pregnancy test. I was telling him I needed time to process it and he got kind of mad and said, "You kept a secret from me," and tried to end our conversation. I told him I wasn't done talking and we really needed to discuss this, and I told him that I am not ready to be a mom. I have a degree to finish and I want to eventually get my master's, and I make $11.72 an hour at Tropical Smoothie Cafe right now. I said I can't support a baby and his response was, "You don't think I can't take care of you both?" Which just made me feel like he wasn't listening to me at all and only thinking about what he wanted. I said I didn't want to stay pregnant and was looking at traveling out of state to get an abortion, and he got angry. He said we made a life and we have a responsibility to take care of it, and tried to tell me I couldn't get an abortion or we were over. I'm like, what the hell? We've only been dating 4 months, I've never met his family and he's only met my parents once, and while they liked him, we aren't married. My mom ended up telling me she was upset that I was dating. It all reminded me that having sex before marriage was a sin. I said no again, that being a mom isn't something I can do right now, and he got so angry and started yelling at me to the point where my roommate had to come in and make him leave. He called me a murderer, a stupid BTCH, said he was going to make me regret this decision, and ended up texting not only both of my roommates but my parents too about everything. When I woke up this morning I had a bunch of texts from my parents. My dad saying I'm a disgrace and he and my mom won't support me anymore. Now my roommate who introduced us is mad at me for being a drama queen when I didn't want anybody to know. I thought he would support me and not lose his cool and threaten me. My boyfriend texted me that I was killing an innocent life and a bunch of other things I don't agree with. I feel trapped. Every part of me knows I'm not ready to bring a child into the world. I can barely pay rent and afford groceries some months without going to my campus food bank. I'm trying to finish school. And I know having a baby will ruin my future. I live in a very red state that has banned abortion pretty much. Neither of my roommates are willing or wanting to help because they don't want to get in the middle of my situation. And I know now my parents will be zero help or give me any support because of their conservative Christian beliefs. Now I have to get the appointments made, travel out of state, take time off work, and probably take out a payday loan or something to pay for it all so I don't ruin my life before my 22nd birthday. My mom has called me shameful, and she texted that she couldn't believe this is the path I'd choose, and how hurt she is by my decision. So it honestly feels like everyone around me is wanting me to keep this pregnancy, but I know deep down I really can't. AITAH for wanting to get an abortion despite my boyfriend and parents being so against it, wanting me to keep the pregnancy. Edit. If everyone who's commented or private messaged me nasty shit like I'm a baby killer or a whore or some other gross message in my inbox sent me $1, I'd have enough to either have the abortion in full or have some savings put away to actually raise a child. LMAO. The pro-life keyboard warriors are coming out, and I even have some people in my inbox offering to adopt the clump of cells they think is a baby. I do not want to have a child, not at 21, not now. I want to finish my degree and get a job that pays more than fast food. I know not everyone will agree with me, but it's what's best for me. I've made my initial appointment at a clinic, and I will be calling organizations to get the funding for the abortion, traveling out of state, gas, hotel, etc. I plan on getting the abortion because I know if I don't, I'm setting myself up for failure later on. Thank you to those who have offered help and kind words despite the jerks in my inbox. I have reached out to 2 organizations to help with funding, and I'm waiting to hear back after getting the total cost of the abortion itself from the clinic. I will update when I can, but right now I'm just going to work on getting the funds together and moving on from this nightmare. Thanks for watching, come back again.